Hey heroes, how's it going? I hope you're well. Today we're reacting to the Secret Season 25 Scenes Analysis by Elite Cameraman. If you haven't done so already, head over to his channel, subscribe to him, like his videos because he's an awesome analysis channel and has done so much for the community. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the reaction. And we're going to jump straight in and see what he has in store for us.
Hello
so
everyone, Elite Cameraman here. Today we feast because the new season of Skibidi Toilet
It
dropped
was a
and it was
huge
so damn
feast,
good.
man.
The month-long wait was definitely worth it considering how many new things were revealed and how long the new scenes were. Not only that, but Boom also upgraded some old scenes that we've seen.
Yeah, so I was told that some of these like scenes, or episode 75 was like completely redone because of the new team that the Fook has. And like, so I think he just wanted to like level up the quality of it, and just there was probably some stuff he was like envisioning but couldn't quite manage on his own, so he with his team managed to get what he envisioned on the episode, which is really cool.
As you can imagine, with all this, we have a bunch of new scenes and new secrets to go through, while also talking about some of the crazy reveals that happened in the new secret scenes.
Crazy
Mainly
reveals.
the reveal of the chair's real identity. There may have been some people who didn't watch the whole new season, since it also included all the last couple episodes and was basically a 1-hour movie. So if you want to make sure you didn't miss anything new,
it was
watch
long,
the video
but it was
until
great.
the end. But before we get into all this, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the
Like and
channel
subscribe.
to not miss future videos. Anyways, here we go. We instantly start with a new scene that blew our minds. We are in the POV of Camera Woman, and she suddenly starts glitching with a voice calling her Kathy, which turns out to be the human form of Plunger Cameraman, who we know as Dave. Instantly, we realize that this is Camera Woman's camera malfunctioning, and she is basically having a flashback to the past. It's likely that she was in this same position as right now in the same building. Before she completely immerses into the flashback, we hear Dave say, "You were unconscious, something terrible happened, we need to get out of here as soon as we can."
Yeah, she must have got knocked out or something.
We see Kathy stand up in her flashback and start following Dave and get completely into the flashback. She continues with, "You think it's the grand experiment?" And Dave says, "Whole system overloaded. Only one thing could cause this." This voice line was actually leaked by Boom earlier this week, and now it's confirmed that it's a conversation between Dave and Kathy. But what's more important is that as Dave opens the door, we can actually see a logo that says Secret Trinity Association of Research. It looks like this place might be a lab, just like the Alpha Hills lab doing some experiments. It's still unknown what either of the labs have been researching, but all these failed experiments feels like there already was something wrong with Earth, and these research facilities might have been trying to find solutions for it. Also, this is probably a detail that's not important, but as we see the logo, there is a bright TV screen on the left inside the room, and as Dave starts walking, we can see a broken computer monitor or something that looks similar on the ground. I'm saying this for all the computer race believers on Copium. I really do wonder if or when we'll see a new race.
I don't think we will.
After this, Kathy keeps following Dave, and we can see a bunch of bloodstains on the ground. Even though the bodies are nowhere to be found, it seems like something killed a bunch of people. After Kathy asks where
just
everybody
dragged them away,
Dave answers her with either left or stuck somewhere, and we start hearing some monstrous screams, but Dave acts cool and tells Kathy to look at the other direction to find people while he distracts whatever is inside the lab and check out what actually happened. As we hear Kathy mention she cares about him, Dave continues by saying he'll be fine and starts walking without looking back, just like how he did in episode 50 about to take on the entire Skibidi fleet before Titan Cameraman arrived at the scene. But this flashback ends with Kathy returning to normal,
just so cool that
Plunger
pose.
Cameraman's body arrive at the HQ accompanied by the detective cameraman and everyone looking sad. We can also see Simp Cameraman on a wheelchair in the back still looking really sad. But it doesn't end here, and we actually see what they tried doing to Plunger Cameraman inside the lab. This is where things actually get interesting, because as you guys know, until now we have seen the Alliance basically save agents almost always, but in episode 70, Secret Agent was the one to kill Plunger Cameraman. And we all know he wouldn't kill him in a way that he can come back. This gets confirmed when the scientists try to save Plunger Cameraman, but all their equipment malfunctions as they try to fix him. Whatever virus Secret Agent put inside Plunger Cameraman, he was basically cooked. I say virus because we see something at the end of the episode that might give us more clues about the powers of Secret Agent. After this
yeah, the
scene, we see what
malware.
happened with Titan TV Man and Titan Speaker Man. After the events of episode 74, we already knew Titan TV Man took Titan Speaker Man to a safe place after the disappearance of Titan Cameraman, but now it's fully confirmed that Titan TV Man teleported him for him to get some upgrades which were actually already teased by Boom. You may ask why and how he teased something that wasn't on the season 25 episode. And the answer to that is probably the fact that now he has a team working alongside him on the series, which means episode 78 has already been in production while he has been cooking the full season.
Yeah, this is why I said, like, someone in the comments asked me how long I think it would take for the next episode to release. And I said it would probably be about 2 to 3 weeks. And someone else in the comments reckons 4 weeks. But I don't think it would take that as long because he's already probably been cooking the episode. He now has a team, so things should be rolling out like a bit quicker while maintaining like top quality.
I don't know when we should expect the next episode, but my guess would be that Boom is actually trying to make the process of making quality long episodes faster, and he'll try to upload a lot more in 2025.
Yeah, because I feel like when he was making these videos on his own, he had to have this balance of how long it took and the quality of each video, because I remember the more recent episodes, he said like he had to cut so much out to keep it like to a concise amount of video, so then that way he could get it out on time.
Hopefully the team is cooking well. After this, we see a scene of a cameraman getting destroyed by the Astros, and it transitions into episode 75, which was actually upgraded. Boom decided to change the whole lighting and the mood of the episode, making it a lot more dramatic and better, while also changing the model of the female mutant to what we saw in the latest episode. Boom also added some new voice lines and changed the animation a little, so here is a side-by-side of the changes that was done for the end of episode 75, starting after the puppy Astro's death.
Yeah, you can see the quality change on the right. So much more detail. It's like way more atmospheric as well. Damn. So much more fire. Definitely a lot of fire. Wow. Yeah, so I feel like the one on the right is exactly what he envisioned, but he had to cut so much down. Jeez, man. It's really cool seeing the side-by-side comparison. There's Gary Newman. So yeah, I was told about the whole Gary Newman situation. I remember, like, someone mentioned him in the comments, was like, "It's Gary Newman from Gary's Mod." Who also created the SFM stuff that the Fook uses, and there was like huge drama on the SFM and like legal stuff. I can't remember exactly what it was, but basically Gary Newman said like, "Oh, he could put my face in his series and I wouldn't care," and so he did, which is really funny.
I'm gonna be honest. Boom has improved so much, bro. This shit somehow looks 10 times better. No questions asked. We also get a better view of Chair twice. First after the Astro Juggernaut punches the building, and one more time right at the end inside the flames. We also see the Gary Newman toilet added into this scene as an Easter egg. If you've seen all the secret scenes, you already know that we have a lot to talk about when it comes to the chair. But before that,
Also, I just want to point out that it's kind of funny, the people who are just sort of flicking through to see the secret scenes, they potentially missed out on this whole new level of detail in this episode, which is like just crazy to think about.
Next, we have another secret scene that was added after episode 75. This next scene actually starts very well and instantly connects with the last scene, and also shows why Boom retconned the old look of the mutant female. We see a female holding an image of her and her sister while talking about how they served as a National Guard together when the toilet raid started. She mentions that she tried to find her at Alpha Hills, but as you all know, Alpha Hills is cooked. And if you look at the image, her sister seems to be missing an eye, which explains why the mutant female we saw in episode 75's new version and in episode 77.
Is she missing an eye, or is she just like winking? Because she could potentially be winking, and she just has that. There's like a genetic thing where you have two different color eyes. It's like very rare. I can't remember the exact name. Someone could probably say in the comments. But yeah, she might have that condition where she has two different colored eyes.
7 has two different eye colors.
Because I feel like if you were to put like an eye back in, you would want to try and match the eye colors, unless the Fook is trying to very clearly show that she was blind in one eye.
Toilets probably gave her a new eye while experimenting her to become a mutant toilet, or if the
cheeky
mutant
wink.
toilet form is something that forms organically, maybe while she was mutating, the new eye appeared out of nowhere. It's possible that the mutant toilets might have regenerative abilities. Before we continue on, we also need to talk about the humans in this scene being from the full version of episode 73. If you remember, at the end of episode 73's full version, Camera Woman found a room full of people who were hiding, and Boom did say that we'd find out what happened with them. The scene continues with a cameraman trying to relate to a current human by trying to drink coffee right before we see a chef cameraman cook something. But the soldier says it smells like shit, and Bro unironically says, "Let me cook." This guy did not make the "let him cook" meme, bruh. After the unfollowing of Vex bolts, this random soldier is trying to take over the massive "let him cook" meme. This next scene we see hits deep because we see an uncle using the plunger to flush his number 2 and gives back the plunger to a cameraman, making the cameraman sad, while saying, "Why are you looking like that?
Look.
It's just..."
So there's a cameraman toy and a Skibidi toilet toy from obviously showcasing the merch. That's really cool.
A plunger.
Nice Easter egg.
Bro, Boom legit playing with our feelings with this script.
He really
Bro
is.
did not have to put that in. He also put some Easter eggs in the back. If you look carefully, you'll see the toys for Skibidi toilets. And when it comes to Boom's merch, if you ever plan on buying something, make sure to use my link in my description to support me. While this is happening,
maybe I'll get a link one day.
Humans talking about their current situation, trying to understand if the cameramen are friendly or not. And we see the scientist TV man arriving at the scene while a scientist is washing their hands. But bro, why is there a maid cameraman with cat ears on the right side while the scientist human was washing their hands? What was Boom
That's so funny.
Here? Anyways, one of the new speakermen we saw in the leaks actually gives him a new device that auto-reverses TV man's dialogue, which is a huge W.
That is a huge W.
Who worked at Alpha Hills? And the scientist puts his hand up, leading the scientist TV man to tell him to come, but Detective Cameraman tries to literally take him away from Scientist TV Man before they get freaky. They both threaten each other, but this comes to end fast because they see one of the humans that's turning into a Skibidi toilet, even though it's still not confirmed if this character is someone special, but he says, "Stop it. I came here to speak."
Did he turn into a Skibidi toilet, or was he already a Skibidi toilet? Because wasn't the lines like, didn't you check everywhere or something like that? So it could have just been he snuck in, but maybe he did turn into a toilet.
Speak on behalf of my people. In these hard times, we must seize the opportunity to form a new union, basically suggesting the team up we see in the last couple episodes. We already knew Scientist TV Man wanted to team up some way or another before this, so even though we didn't see what happened after, I'd assume that they were pretty chill about it. Anyways, this next scene honestly was the goofiest one. We get the actual version of the scene Boom leaked a while ago and made versions for YouTubers like me. If you didn't watch it, I basically have a video
Yeah, I
of me
didn't see
slapping
that.
simp cameraman in this same exact scene. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but all them Skibidis in this full season had glowy, cool-looking yellow eyes.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks like Boom is adding a feature like how Astros have red eyes. I'm gonna be honest, the yellow he chose looks extremely cool. Right in this scene, we see Secret
So
Agent
good.
saving Lucky Cameraman, and this will be revealed to be a recording. The secret agent says, "Hello again. Their leaders are hiding inside my facility. They stole our technology." I'm angry. My anger is immeasurable, bro. When I saw this scene, I completely lost it. Watch it for yourself.
Hello again. Their leaders are
This is so
hiding inside
good.
my facility. They stole our technology. I'm angry. My anger is immeasurable.
Bonk.
They think they're safe inside. They're wrong.
You're wrong. It's so good.
It's my personal master key. It opens every door, grants access to any computer.
That has to be the best scene in any Skibidi toilet.
But I'm sure your
I
arm
don't think that scene can be beaten.
Good luck.
Good luck.
I don't know if that was supposed to be satire, but either case, that scene was so funny. I'll get into what I
Yeah.
really think in a second, but basically we see the secret agent explaining what the remote does while kind of giving a vibe that he is siding with the Alliance, but as you guys might remember in the original version of episode 67 to 70, there was a transmission and recording error right here, and the secret agent didn't say all that. After the camera pans out, it shows that a recording is being played from the memory
Is
of
that
Lucky
good?
Cameraman, while the detective cameraman is interrogating him. But just like how we talked before when Boom revealed this scene, in my opinion, this whole footage is basically edited by the secret agent for him to look good and basically make the
Damn.
Lucky Cameraman convince the Alliance that he is a good guy.
That's so clever.
We still don't know the real motive of the secret agent, but with every episode we are getting closer to learning about it. One thing that was shown in today's episode was the fact that the secret agent's visual manipulation powers are far more capable than we might think. After this part, I didn't realize any changes even if they were made until the end where there were 5 more minutes of new footage, and it started with us seeing G-Man and Juggernaut arriving on a new
Oh,
scene.
man.
The Juggernaut says, "What for this fight?"
This scene is
G-Daddy
also
responds with,
amazing.
"You tell me, bro," is legit aura farming with his new arms
Aura
and look.
farming.
Juggernaut keeps it going with, "Accept your defeat with honor, if you still have it." And Jimmy says, "Why such hostility? Did you forget how we conquered the worlds together? For me, you were always like a brother. For them, an expandable pawn." Nah,
They
bro.
were bros.
G-Man spitting facts here. Juggernaut is legit brainwashed. He says, "Stop yapping and fight me." But G-Man doesn't seem to fight at all, and he just blocks Juggernaut's attacks, which leads to him saying, "Why are you running?" This is
He's getting
confirmed by
so
G-Man
mad.
saying, "I don't want to fight you, my old friend. I want you by my side." And this makes Juggernaut actually look sad, but at this moment he remembers what happened on episode 75, which leads to him saying, "Join you after you hurt my baby," and starts going on a punching streak before G-Daddy grabs him and smashes him down like a Chad.
What I don't get though
Nah.
is G-Man didn't hurt the baby, right? It was the woman that like melted his head off. So it wasn't G-Man's fault unless there's another baby that we don't know about just yet.
Bro, this new G-Man is different. I'm telling you, bro has maxed out his aura points. Juggernaut was all confident
Nah, I
before
think
this,
he
but
can-
now he seems to be more
I
chill
think he's still
after
got a
getting
few
slammed
points he can
down,
put
and
in
G-Man
there.
says, "You know there was no choice. But I know what it's like seeing your child suffer, unable to help." Before we continue, I feel like this line is very important since G-Man specifically refers to Juggernaut seeing his child suffer and him relating to it, which means G-Man most likely does have a child too, and the child might have gone through something.
That's
It's unknown
interesting.
if he had this child when he was at the Astro Fleet or after, but I'm certain we'll get more details about this later. G-Man continues the conversation with saying, "Join me and your legacy shall never know oppression again," basically referring to the Astro Fleet brainwashing and the Duke making everyone his dog. This leads Juggernaut into thinking mode, but he starts getting back at G-Man in a questionable way instead of fully denying him. He says, "What's the price of your words? one of your titans in their possession, someone you know is there too with special request. Would you do what's necessary when the time comes? This basically felt like Juggy saying he would want to join him, but he doesn't trust that they can beat the Astros. And that second line where he said, someone you know is there too with special request, looked like it hit G-Man deep. Was that referring to G-Man's child?
Could be.
Is it someone we have seen? And why was the child there with special request? To me, it felt like when Juggy said, would you do what's necessary when the time comes, he meant, can you kill your own child when the time comes?
Maybe.
But G-Man dodged this question, which we'll get into in a second. Who do you think the child is? With the current fleet we've seen so far, only possibility that comes to my mind is Duchess, because she had the same eyebrow movement as G-Man, while she also had some fatherless behaviors. But it's also very likely that it can be someone we haven't seen, because Juggy did mention G-Man's child basically being there with special request, and I don't think we've seen Duchess getting asked to be there with the fleet specifically, but instead Astro Assailant more so suggested she should come with them. It'll be interesting to see who the child actually is. The Skibidi plot is actually getting deeper and deeper, bro. Boom,
the lore is just so
all
deep
of us
now.
later on in the series if it continues like this. Also, while they are talking, if you look at the background, you can see someone watching them. Before we'd say this is the secret agent, but from now on, there is a possibility that it could also be another person, but we'll talk about that later. Anyways, as I said, G-Man dodges Juggy's question by saying, they would have to find me first, and this gets Juggy mad, and he tries punching while saying, find you? Are you kidding me? But as you can see, he fails to punch him because it seems like G-Man never came back after leaving and is now just a hologram. He continues with saying, a secret weapon is preparing, waiting for the right moment. When it strikes, you better be on our side. I would hate for your children to become parentless. Basically suggesting that they got something so crazy that Juggy will completely die if he gets hit by it. G-Man also mentioned that Juggy has more children
nuclear
who are
bomb,
alive,
maybe?
and I think we can safely say that Juggy will definitely change sides in the long run. No idea when this will happen, but the fact that he was thinking about it was enough for me to believe in him.
Yeah, so that person, I'm just watching that person like down in the corner, is just a normal person, I think, because he doesn't disappear. You can literally see him walk away into like the corner. So yeah, I think he's a normal person.
While he was thinking about the topic, the Astro Assailant suddenly comes in very mad and says, where is he? And when Juggy responds with, Commander escaped, he gets incredibly mad and replies with, Commander, I am your commander.
I am your commander.
You already failed me twice. Shall I doubt your efficiency or loyalty? Lock in. And continues by threatening him before telling him to get repaired in the mothership. I saw a lot of people saying Juggernaut Astro is so much more stronger than Assailant, but we don't know if that's the case.
I
the
think
confidence
it is.
of Astro Assailant tells me that he hasn't shown his true power yet, and I'm going to be honest, if he is the new commander, he probably is a lot more stronger than the other Astros we've seen so far. I doubt.
I don't know, maybe he's got some kind of like secret weapon that if anyone goes against him, like he can basically just wield on them. Like maybe an implanted bomb or something like that. I don't necessarily think he's actually stronger than Juggernaut. I think Juggernaut is probably one of the stronger Astros in here, and the Assailant just has like something that keeps everyone else worried.
Without the Astros care about sentimental stuff, they most likely work purely on power. And that's why Juggy probably feels the way he does right now and is tempted to change sides. After this scene, the Astros start demolishing the whole place and the POV actually gets hit. But something crazy happens right here. After a few seconds, suddenly a transmission error happens, and the car starts moving through air, and it changes to a chair for a second.
This was just
before
another
changing
really
into the
good
plant.
scene.
All this time, we were joking about simping for a chair, and goddamn bro, the chair turned out to be a woman somehow. It looks like she is the wife of Secret Agent, since you know she is all green and blood had a huge green ring too. She also does seem to have a mini core in her chest, and because it's green, circular, and there is an X behind it, it reminds me of Ben 10 and how he could transform into creatures. She basically has a different version of that power.
It reminds me of like Green Lantern for some reason. But yeah, also Ben 10 with the changing into different things.
But it doesn't end here because she actually puts something inside the head of the cameraman that results in all the damages being gone and the world looking different with a prompt saying, "Welcome to the family." This change shows us how much visual manipulation the secret agent can do. I'd assume that this is how they gather the mint agents, but I don't know the reason behind the destruction all going away. What's the goal with them not seeing reality? These are all questions that'll need to be answered, and we might talk more about it after episode 78 and what we see in it, because the full season, even though it answered some questions, the answers actually brought up a shit ton more questions.
It sure did.
It was truly an experience
so many more
watching
questions.
this full season and going over it. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Elite Cameraman out. If you enjoyed
this scene,
don't know the reason.
This scene, I have a feeling the reason why they take away like all the destruction and it looks like just pure niceness is because it kind of takes away the emotions and feelings from the cameramen. So basically, if any of their alliance dies, they could possibly like have flowers come out of them or something. So then that way the cameraman doesn't like feel as bad, or they don't feel guilty that these things have happened, because it's kind of like, well, there's flowers or something like this. Potentially, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, that was this is my reaction to, or that was my reaction to the analysis video. It was really, really good. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and also don't forget to comment down below like any of your theories and thoughts and stuff, what you thought about my reaction, what I've said, what Elite Cameraman has said, or anything like that. Let me know. And remember, you guys are my heroes, and I'll see you next one. Goodbye.